Ave Satanis, Ave Lucifera, Ave Lord Belial, Ave Lord Leviathan, Ave Beautiful Queen Lilith, Ave Beautiful Queen Astaroth, Ave Beautiful Beautiful Queen, Beautiful Princess Sunny Lion, Ave Beautiful Princess Agares, Ave Beautiful Princess Dagon, Ave Lord Zagan, Ave Lord Beelzebub, Ave King Azazel, Ave Lord of Mammon, Ave and hail to the great scribe of hell, Lucifer's Raphael, Ave and hail to King Pazuzu, Ave and hail to beautiful Queen Tiamat, Ave and hail to every demon and every demoness that's in existence, both named and those unnamed, and those known and those unknown. Yeah, I'd like to actually I'd like to talk tonight about doing satanic pacts and demonic pacts, because a lot of people, or actually, yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of people, to be honest with you. With that being said, I truly would like to talk about them. I really would, in all honesty, because a lot of people talk about them, and people do them, okay? But first of all, in my honest opinion, okay, and I've said this before in other videos, in my honest opinion, when a person does a demonic pact or a satanic pact, be it with, you know, whichever demonic entity you decide to do it with, be it Father Satan, he's the first one I done a pact with many years ago, and I mean many years ago, be it Father Satan, King Lucifer, Lord Belial, Lord Leviathan, Lord Florius, you know, Lord Behelbegor, Lord Beelzebub, King Pazuzu, Queen Tiamat, any one of the demonic entities that you do a pact with, okay? First of all, after you become a Satanist and after you do your renunciation and do a dedication ritual, and you know, in doing a dedication ritual, obviously, the word dedicate will tell you what that means. You're dedicating yourself to Father Satan and his demonic kingdom and all of the demonic, okay? And that means dedicating. That don't mean like I'll just, you know, say the words, but I won't mean them, you know. And that being said, they the way that a lot of people look at it is, I don't think enough people take it seriously. I really don't. I don't think people take doing demonic pacts, and not just demonic pacts, satanic pacts, obviously, Father Satan, right? And demonic meaning, you know, with whichever demonic entity that you're doing it with. But now that being said, it's the same thing with the dedication ritual, and it's the same thing with, you know, doing rituals with your unholy guardian demon, whoever that might be, whichever one, right? Now, it's the same thing if it was with beautiful Queen Lilith. Now, that being said, a lot of people don't hold up their end of the bargain, just as well to put it bluntly. A lot of people don't hold up their end of the deal, okay? It's a contract when you're doing a demonic pact. It literally is. It's a contract between you and Father Satan and whichever demon you're doing, whichever ancient god you're doing the pact with. It's a contract, literally. It really is. And with that being said, we have to, I know me personally, and this is just me speaking for myself, I'm not speaking for anybody else, I'm just speaking for me, okay? When I do a ritual, I'm dead serious when I do it. And I mean dead serious. When I did my first demonic pact with Father Satan, and made oaths to Father Satan, and all of the demonic, I kept them to this day. Never broke one. Never will. And when I did my dedication ritual, it came from here, and it came from here, and it came from every fiber of my being. And it definitely came from my life's blood. I can tell you that right now, because when I did my dedication ritual, it was a blood ritual. I made sure it was. And that being said, you have all kinds of people that write books, okay? Write books about experiences they had, write grimoires about experiences that they had when they did their first demonic pack, or not even their first demonic pack, when they did, you know, rituals, basically rituals. Okay, you have a lot of people saying that they, meaning the ones that did the rituals, saying that they you know, they had certain experiences, whatever they were, right? Whatever experiences they are. Okay? That being said, everybody is going to have a total different... Everybody does not have the same experience. Everybody has a different experience. You know, sometimes maybe two people might have the same experience, but I doubt it very much. And you can have all the knowledge in the world, man. You can read every book that has ever been written on demonolatry, necromancy, spiritual Satanism, theistic Satanism, anti-cosmic Satanism, traditional Satanism, Satanism in general, you know, witchcraft, be it black witchcraft, whatever, sorcery. You can have whatever grimoires and rituals you have, and you know, whatever grimoires, books, rituals, and that you read. But you're getting that person's... Sure, you're getting knowledge because you're getting it from that person that did the ritual, right? There's no doubt you're getting knowledge, and a lot of it. But, and this is a big but, this is where you jump in and say, once you go into a ritual, once you go into your ritual chamber, or your ritual space, your altar, whatever you have, wherever you do your rituals, okay? Or wherever you know, it doesn't matter. But once you go into your ritual chamber, and you do rituals, you will find out your best bet, in my opinion. This is just me speaking. This is what I do, okay? This is what I do when I do rituals, okay? I don't go into rituals. I never ever did, and I never ever will go into rituals thinking that I know what's going to be the outcome, or I know what's going to happen in the ritual, or I know exactly what's going to happen by whichever demonic entity that I'm doing the ritual to, be it, you know, King Lucifer, Lord Belial, Queen Lilith, Queen Astaroth, Queen Tiamat, King Pazuzu, Lord Behelbegor, Lord Belial, Lord Beelzebub, you know, Lucifer's Raphael, you know, King Pazuzu, you know, King Paimon, sorry, or Paimon. You don't know. So what I've done, this is what I've always done too, and I'm being honest here, because I don't lie in any of my videos. I'm truthful in all my videos. You know, whether some people want to believe I am or not, that's entirely up to them, because everybody got the freedom of choice, right? To think whatever they want, which is a good thing. But the thing is everybody does not have the same experiences when they do rituals. And on top of that, everybody does not... Oh, just give me one sec there. I just gotta fix something right quick. Like I was saying, everybody does not have the same experiences. And when you go into your ritual chamber by yourself, where it's only you alone, and whichever demonic entity you're working with, you have to forget every bit of knowledge that you learned. You go into that ritual chamber, and you have to be open. You have to be honest. Obviously, you have to be very, very respectful to whichever demonic entity you're working with. You have to obviously be loyal. And when you're doing it, you have to go in there with a clear, open mind like you know nothing. Go in there with a clean slate. Because if you go in there thinking you know it all, okay, whichever demon you're working with, or if you think that you're a know-all, and you think you know everything, nobody knows everything. I don't care who they are. I know far from everything. I'd love to know everything, but I know far from everything. And I have no problem saying it either. And with that being said, I also will say that your best bet, what works for me, okay? Now what works for me might not work for you or the next person, okay? Because like I said, everybody's different. But what works for me is, if I go into a ritual, okay, to do a ritual, I go into that ritual thinking I know nothing. Thinking I don't have no knowledge whatsoever. And I do my invocation or evocation and spend time in meditation and do whatever, things I do. But in saying that, I also go in and I don't know anything. Like if I'm working with, let me see, just say King Asmodeus, or King Asmodeus as I call him. You can pronounce it either way. King Asmodeus, some people pronounce it. Other people pronounce it King Asmodeus. I've always pronounced it King Asmodeus, his name. And now he's my patron demon. And the thing about it is, every time I do a ritual with him, I still go in with thinking I don't know anything. Because really, in reality, we don't. We're only going by what people have written out. We're only going by books and grimoires that other people did. That's what we're going by. We're not going by what, we're going by maybe past experiences we're thinking about, whatever, things like that. But in reality, we don't know anything at all. And I know me personally, I go into a ritual and I go in with a clean slate. Like I go in like I don't know anything. Maybe a little bit, but not very much. And I find, this is just me now, like I said before, like I said in videos past before, everybody's different. No two people are the same. No two rituals are the same. You might do a ritual and think that you're not getting nothing out of it. But in reality, you really are getting a lot out of it, except you can't see it at that moment. Now, just because a demon or a demoness or an ancient god doesn't appear in front of you, does not mean your ritual is a bust. Far from it, because that demon, or whichever demon you're working with, might be right alongside you. You just don't know it. Because he or she doesn't want you to know it. If they wanted you to know it, believe you me, you'd know it. You would know it, believe you me. And I'm not just saying that, I truly mean it. I can guarantee you, you would know it. Just like everybody would know it. If that demonic entity, ancient god, wanted you to know that he was there, or she was there, believe you me, you would know. That I can tell you right now, because they would make sure that you knew. And in saying that, I try to go into my rituals with a clear mind. No matter what kind of day I had, no matter what kind of shit day I had, and believe you me, I have my shit days. Just like everybody else. Nobody has a perfect day, I don't care who you are. If you do, you're a very lucky person. But I go in, when I go in, like I said, when I go into my rituals and do rituals, I go into them with a clear head like I don't know hardly anything. And I find I get better. I find I get good results that way. Because what is best, or what is better than to expect the unexpected? Right? Because if you go in expecting something, sure, you got to expect something. But some people go overboard and expect way too much. That's where the problem is. Some people go into rituals and expect way too much, and when things don't work out the way they thought they would, then they get all pissed off about it, and now it's not working, yada yada yada, and they go babbling on with bullshit. But if you go in expecting nothing, or you have to expect something, okay? I go in and I expect something, right? But I don't expect a big wild amount right away. Yeah, maybe it will work out the way that I thought it would. But what I'm trying to say is I go in with a clear mind. I try to go in with obviously I go in with an open mind. I try to go in with a clear mind and work with whichever demonic entity, ancient god, that I'm working with at that time. Be it whether it's King Asmodeus, my great patron demon, Lord Behelbegor, King Paimon, Lucifer's Raphael, King Pazuzu, Queen Tiamat, Lord Belial, Lord Leviathan, Lord Beelzebub, Lord Florius, whichever ancient god I'm working with at the time, when the time is right, they will let you know, and you will. And if you ask them questions, okay, and if they don't answer them questions right away, don't get upset. Don't get your panties in a bunch. Don't think that. Never think that your ritual is going to be a bust. Never think that any satanic or demonic or necromantic ritual that you do is going to be a failure. Because I promise you right now, they're not. You just got to have patience. You got to have patience. Obviously got to have intent. That's just a given. You got to have patience, you got to have intent, and you got to expect. You have to. If you don't, it's not even going to work out. It's just a waste of time. And in saying that, you have to have patience regardless, no matter what. If you don't, you're just wasting time you're just wasting your time, and the demonic entity that you're talking to is not even going to pay any attention to you, because he knows you're just wasting his time. Or if it's a female demoness, her time. And in saying that, because I know there's rituals that I've done in the past, and I expected a lot out of that ritual. And just like first when I was starting out, I'd expect a lot right away. Didn't work out that way. But it did work out after a little while. Like I was expecting results like this. No, that's not. That happens, but not very often. Results do happen though. You just got to be patient, because you have to remember something. The ancient gods are on a completely different realm than we are. They're in a spiritual realm, and when we do a ritual, we're in the physical, but we're also working into the spiritual, and that's their world. We're stepping out of our comfort zone. Okay? We're stepping out of our comfort zone, out of our world, into their world. So that means it's on their time, not ours. Because if things were on our time, it would be way too easy. And in order to win in order to get a demon's trust, you have to literally and be completely open and honest, and be very respectful, and be very trustworthy. You have no choice. Otherwise, you're just wasting time. Which is no good for nobody. And with that being said, I'll let everybody go. And I'll let myself go from this video. And I'll talk to you next. And Ave Satanis. Ave Lucifera. Ave Lord Belial. Ave Lord Leviathan. Ave Beautiful Queen Lilith. Ave Beautiful Queen Tiamat. Ave and hail to every demon. Ave Great King Asmodeus. Ave King Asmodee. Ave and hail to every demon and every demoness that's in existence. And I'll talk to you next, brothers and sisters. Have a good night.